Lesson 2. Pronouns. Let's warm up initiative and self-direction. Edit the paragraph using pronouns in place of the colored nouns. Satya started to walk to school. Satya walked hurriedly. Satya met Mayur and Kajal on the way. Mayur and Kajal were not going to school. Mayur and Kajal were going to the zoo. Satya joined them. Satya thought it would be a fun. All of them ate at the zoo restaurant. The restaurant had an interesting menu. Kajal was upset because Kajal had dropped ice cream on her dress. Then they went to the aviary. The aviary had a lot of rare birds. Mayur put his hand in the cage. A bird pecked on Mayur's hand. Mayur's hand was hurt. Mayur had to be taken to the doctor. The doctor called his father. Mayur, Kajal and Satya realized that they had made a mistake. Mayur, Kajal and Satya apologized and promised never to do it again. Let's observe analytical skills. Read the following sentences. Men, a woman and children are in the park. They are enjoying the moment. Shruti is a girl. She is sitting with her mother. They are chatting merrily. Ankit and Roni have also come. They are playing football. What do you observe in the above sentences? Let's learn conceptual learning. A word used in place of a noun is called a pronoun. It is used instead of a noun in a sentence to avoid repetition of the noun. You have observed that in the above sentences, nouns are replaced with proper pronouns in their second sentences. Kinds of pronouns. Pronouns. Personal pronoun. Interrogative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun. Reflexive pronoun. Possessive pronoun. Distributive pronoun. Relative pronoun. Indefinite pronoun. Emphatic pronoun. Personal pronouns. Pronouns that are used for people or things are called personal pronouns. Examples. Rohan forgot his bag, so he came back to pick it up. In this sentence, the personal pronouns are he and it. He is used for a person Rohan, and it is used for a thing bag. Personal pronouns are of three kinds. 1. First person, the speaker of the sentence. 2. Second person, the person spoken to. 3. Third person, the person or thing spoken about. Pronouns used in the three persons can be used in different forms, such as subjects, objects, in possessive forms, in reflexive forms or emphasizing forms. Pronouns can also be singular or plural. In the third person, we use different pronouns to refer to masculine or feminine gender. Pronouns in the first person. The same personal pronouns are used both for masculine and feminine genders. Personal pronouns in the first person can be used in the following forms. First person. As a subject. As an object. Possessive form. Reflexive form. Singular, plural. I, we. Me. Us. Mine. Ours. Myself. Ourselves. Pronouns in the second person. The same personal pronouns are used for both masculine and feminine genders. Personal pronouns in the second person can be used in the following forms. Second person. As a subject. As an object. Possessive form. Reflexive form. Singular. Plural. You. 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 Yours. yours, yourself, yourselves. Pronouns in the third person. Personal pronouns used for masculine and feminine genders are different. Personal pronouns in the third person can be used in the following forms: gender third person, as a subject, as an object, possessive form, reflexive form, masculine, singular, he, him, his, himself, plural, they, them, theirs, themselves, feminine, singular, she, her, hers, herself, plural, they, them, theirs, themselves, neuter, singular, it, its, itself, plural, they, them, theirs, themselves. Demonstrative pronouns. Pronouns that point out objects are called demonstrative pronouns. They can be used to point out persons, places, or things. Examples: A. That is a big cave. B. This is an interesting book. C. Those are the flags hoisted today. D. These were placed on the table on yesterday. Reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are used as receivers of actions done by the same subjects. Examples: A. Deepak hurt himself on the road. B. I cleaned myself at the end of a long day. Emphatic pronouns. Pronouns that are used to lay emphasis are called emphatic pronouns. They are placed immediately after the subjects. Examples: A. He himself told me. B. The boss herself issued the notice. Possessive pronouns. Pronouns that show possession are called possessive pronouns. Examples: A. These books are mine. B. That bag is yours. C. The purse belongs to hers. Indefinite pronouns. Pronouns that refer to some implied or understood nouns are called indefinite pronouns. Some common indefinite pronouns are all, some, both, many, each, every, none, several, few, either, neither, nobody, anybody, somebody, someone, and everyone. Examples: A. Everybody should speak the truth. B. Some were offered a discount but many wanted to use it. Distributive pronouns. Pronouns that refer to one of the many persons, places, or things at a time are called distributive pronouns. A distributive pronoun is always singular. It is followed by a singular verb. Examples: A. Either of the two boys may come. B. Each of them received a prize. C. Each boy was given a prize. D. Either road leads to the airport. Interrogative pronouns. Pronouns that ask questions are called interrogative pronouns. Examples: A. Which is your bag? B. Where is the hospital? C. Who has come to meet me? D. What is the matter? Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to relate a noun to a group of words or sentence. Relative pronouns are generally used to join two sentences. Examples: A. The bus which broke down was repaired. B. He is the boy who stood first in his class. Position of relative pronouns. The relative pronoun is generally placed close to the noun or pronoun it refers to for better understanding. Examples: A. Ravi, who helped me, has won the race. B. The house, which was painted last week, was sold off by the owner. Omission of the relative pronoun. The relative pronoun is often omitted in sentences where it is used in the objective case. The position of the preposition is sometimes changed in the sentence when we leave out the relative pronoun. Examples: the boy whom I called out is my brother. The boy I called out is my brother. Position of preposition out is not changed. B. This is the oven with which my mother baked the cake. This is the oven my mother baked the cake with. Position of preposition with is changed. Uses of some common relative pronouns. Who and whom are used for people only. They have the same form, whether they refer to singular or plural nouns or any nouns of masculine, feminine, neuter or common genders. Examples: the boy who was running fell down. B. The girl whom I had met before noted my phone number. Whose is used mostly for living things, but can also be used for non-living things. Examples: the bike whose color is red is parked outside. B. The register whose pages were torn was on the floor. Which is used for animals and lifeless things. Examples: the book which I gave him is lost. B. The table which was broken was removed. That is used for both people and things. Examples: A. This is the book that I was looking for. B. He is the boy that I was talking about. We also use that after the words some, none, nothing, everything, all, any, none and only. Examples: A. Nothing that matters should be ignored. B. I learnt not only that but also much more. What refers to things only. It means that which or thing which its antecedent is not stated. Examples: A. What matters most is honesty. B. He got what he wanted. Grammar Connect. Commas have an important role to play in sentences using relative pronouns. The boy, who was running, fell down. In the sentence above, the phrase, who was running, is an additional information. Here, we assume that we must have described the boy sometime in the past. Since he is already known to the reader, the sentence will remain meaningful even if we remove the phrase, who is running. Such a use of relative pronoun, who, is called a non-restrictive use. We use commas to separate the additional information in a sentence involving a non-restrictive use of relative pronoun.